What is going on, guys? As I promised after I did the Devil Fruits tier list where I ranked how powerful I thought they were, I said I was going to do a list where I ranked One Piece characters. And we have the majority of One Piece characters here. I found this list that has like 250 characters, or actually it's probably like 180, 90-ish characters. And there were so many of them, and I realized this video was going to be way too long, and so many of these characters were just not even really relevant to the story. Like, if they were in it at all, then it was just to serve as a plot device or something. They weren't something I really wanted to even talk about, so I just kind of moved them out of this, and I'm left with about 130 characters that I thought were worth even talking about at all. And speaking about talking about the characters, since there's about 130 characters that I'm still going to have on this tier list, I mean, I don't want this to be like a 30-minute video or something, so I'm basically just going to say the name of them, maybe a quick comment, and then place them where I think it's going to be, because if I have to justify myself for everyone, we could literally be here for like an hour and a half. Even with that mindset, it could take like a half hour, so I'm trying to be as quick about this as possible. So what we have here is we have the P tier: S, A, B, C, D, E, F, and R. P being for perfect, in my opinion. They're just absolutely flawless. And R being relegation. I think that the story would be better if they were relegated from the story, if they were just never in it in the first place. So that is what we got going on here. I'm doing this based on how much I like them and how well written I think they are. It's basically going to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be, or it doesn't have to be one or the other, I guess. It could be either one of them, if that makes sense. Like, if I don't really like a character that much, but I think they're really, really good in the story, such as someone like Blackbeard, right? I don't particularly enjoy him, but he is so good for the One Piece story, then I will put them higher. So, okay, with that being said, let's get into this, because like I said, I don't want this to be a 5-hour video. All right, first on the list, we have Absalom. I actually did not particularly enjoy him too much. He wasn't horrible. He was about D. He was mediocre, to say the least. Ace. Okay, he is the worst character in the series, in my opinion. I guess, I mean, what did I just say about the well-writtenness of it, right? I guess that's not really... I don't really think he was... Oh, God. I'll give him D. Alright, fine. I'll give him D. He's my least favorite character, but he was pretty core to the story. Okay, then. So, moving on, we have Apu. Really haven't seen too much from him at all whatsoever. So, I'm going to give him also a D, actually, just because we haven't really seen too much from him. It's not really his fault. He seems really interesting to me. I'm actually expecting a lot from him. It's just that we haven't seen much from him, so I don't want to jump the gun on that one. Elvita. She was alright. She definitely served her purpose. Again, wow, I mean, this is getting a little weird. Another D tier. I don't really think any of these people belong in the C tier. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to move Ace up to the C tier, because I don't like how this is panning out right now. And among those four, I think he deserves to go up the most, so I will do that. People are going to call me crazy, because Ace is a piece of shit. But I'm going to do it. Arlong was pretty good. He was the first good antagonist in the series, in my opinion. I will give him a B. Nothing crazy. He's not an A or anything, but he was good. He even showed up back in Fishman Island. He ended up being kind of relevant, so that was cool. Alright, then we got Baby 5. She kind of sucked. She had some good potential, but she really squandered. I'm going to give her an E. Wow, these are really low. I thought we would get some better characters. Buggy, S tier. Easy money. No question about it. He's got to be S tier. He's just way too high quality. Whitebeard, also S tier character. That's for sure. Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. Okay, Blackbeard, I'll go A tier. Not quite at their level, but he's definitely a good one, for sure. Kuma. That's tough. It's either A or B. Okay. I don't really think he's quite on the level of Black. I think he's going to end up being so good is the thing. Once we figure out what his deal is, I think he's going to be amazing. But he's just way too mysterious at this point with us getting so little information. I'm going to leave him at B for now. I think that's reasonable. Bartolomeo is He is pure fire, honestly. He's an easy A tier. He made Dressrosa so enjoyable. I mean, so did so many different factors. But as far as the comic relief went, he carried the entire train. So I'm definitely putting him in the A tier. Capone is really uninteresting to me. His motives don't seem that good, except that he's a member of the Supernovas and the Worst Generation, so he just wants to be a powerful pirate, I guess. I don't know. He seems kind of lame at this point. I'm going to give him an E, honestly. He'll probably end up being better, but he had his chance in Whole Cake Island. I thought he kind of blew it, so. I really like his Devil Fruit and everything. I think it's one of the coolest Devil Fruits in the series, but I don't really like him as a character that much. Bellamy is alright. He had a little bit of a redemption in Dressrosa, even though a lot of people hated the stuff he did in Dressrosa. I actually thought it was really interesting, and it was a type of character I'd never seen before. So I'm going to leave him at C for now, right in the middle of everything here. Then we have Ben Beckman. Again, a character who I think is going to end up being extremely cool, but we just got nothing on this guy so far. All we know is really he's a member of Shanks' crew. He's basically his first mate. I'll give him a C as well. I think he's going to end up being like an A tier or better once he ends up being more relevant in the story, but he just has not done enough. Beppo is pretty good so far. I'll give him a B. He seems like a solid B. Every time he's on screen, I'm very pleased. Big Mom, she is a solid D. Really underwhelming. It's become, I mean, she's big meme at this point, right? I was super excited to be dealing with the Yonko and Whole Cake Island, and she just was not nearly as menacing as I would have liked her to be. She's big meme at this point, and I'm sick of it. She's not quite an E tier. She does have some things about her that are redeemable, but she is a Yonko, and I have much higher expectations for her. I'm going to have to put her at D tier. Bonnie, another situation where I see so much potential, but nothing too much so far. Let's give her the C tier. Let's do one of those. Then we got Pierogi. I enjoyed him quite a bit. I'm kind of surprised I actually left him on here. I thought I would have kicked him out along with everyone else. Like among the 60 characters I had to kick out of here because it was so ridiculous. I think I love Pierogi and Dory in here. I mean, I had to do both, right? I guess I'll put him in C tier? Not too good, not too bad. I mean, he's pretty mediocre. I'm tempted to do B, but no, I don't think so. Yeah, you know what? I am going to put them in B. Whenever I find Dory, it's like in this weird order, so whenever I get to Dory, I'll put them right alongside. They're basically the same thing. Brook is pretty good. He used to be my least favorite Straw Hat by a far margin, but he really was the MVP of Whole Cake Island. I'm going to give him an A tier. I think he's well deserving of that, for sure. Brulee, she originally would have been like an E tier for me, but she became far better towards the end of Whole Cake Island, so I will give her a C. Katakuri really single-handedly redeemed her. Caesar, I have mixed feelings towards him. He has his highs and his lows. I will also put him in the C tier. Kami, she sucked. Honestly, I'm giving her the E. She just sucked. She wasn't really interesting in any way, shape, or form. If she was to have died with the thing around her neck, whatever. I mean, really. She didn't do anything interesting at all. She just kind of seemed to serve as a plot device for an extended period of time. And she continues to come back into the story. So, I'm sick of her. I'm putting her in the F tier, actually. No, I'm sick of her. I really am. She doesn't need to be relegated from the story. But she sucks. She's about as bad as you can get without having to be taken out of the story, in my opinion. So, I'm definitely putting her there. Then we have Caribou. He's alright. I mean, he doesn't really... Oh, that was Drake. Misclicked. Caribou doesn't really do anything. But he might end up becoming more relevant later. And I like his character design quite a bit. So I'm going to give him a D for now. That's not particularly good, but it's not horrible either. Drake. He is a character that I've been so disappointed in lately. In Wano, I've been predicting that he is going to be like the traitor of Wano, and he was going to do all these awesome things, but he has not accomplished anything. He's not lived up to my hype at all. I'd probably be putting him in the A tier just because I was so hyped up about him, but I'm really disappointed with him at this point. I'm putting him in the fucking D tier. I'm really hoping that he's going to redeem himself and do everything that I was hoping for. But at this point, I'm just so sickened by his actions that I gotta put him there. He really needs to stage a comeback, in my opinion. Carrot. What can we do with you, Carrot? Let's put you in the B tier and have everyone shit on me because people either love or hate Carrot. I'm in the love category. Cabbage. He's alright so far. I'll put him in C. I'm probably gonna run out of room big time on this thing, but that's alright. That's basically to be expected. Okay. So then we got Mr. Fatso over here. We got Burgess. He really sucks. I'm putting him in E tier. He is just he's too dumb. I mean, I can get behind like a dumb character. I can enjoy them a lot of the time. Look at Luffy, for God's sake. But he is just way too stupid. He doesn't say anything that matters ever. And I'm sick of him. I really am sick of him. I was expecting more from the first member of Blackbeard's crew. I don't think he's the first mate. I think Shiryu is, but he was the first member. And then we have Don Chinjiao, one of the biggest assholes in the entire series. He's F tier. I hated everything he had to do with Dressrosa. The way he acted towards Luffy was so ridiculous and over the top. It just seemed like, are you serious, Oda? Like, can we have this guy chill the fuck out? It was so over the top. And the fact that he has Conqueror's Haki just makes me sick. And it makes no sense in the story. So he is an F tier easily. Chopper. I like Chopper. I'm going to give him a B. I do like Chopper. Cracker was really uninteresting. I really liked his character design, but I mean, he didn't really do anything. We got nothing about him that made me actually like him at all whatsoever. I'm putting him in the F tier. Don Krieg, I liked him a decent amount, actually. I liked the whole concept of him just using weapons before that became an irrelevant strategy. No wonder he got smoked in the Grand Line basically immediately. So I really liked what he had to do with the story. I'm going to give him an A tier, honestly. I liked the way he affected the story. It was quite good at the time. Wow, we need to start going faster here, boys. We're already at like 12-minute video. I think I'm like 20% of the way through. We got to go a lot faster. I'm going to do more of a speed round kind of style there. Crocodile, S tier. Kuro, S tier. Okay, now it's going to get weird on me. It's going to be all S tiers. Okay. Diamante, D. Dofi, P. Okie dokie. Then we are moving on to Dragon. We have Mr. Dragon here. He is going to be C tier because he hasn't done shit. Actually, he has kind of done some things. We'll do B tier. We will do B tier. Anel is a piece of shit. I'm giving him E. He's not quite F. He's not quite F. I like how he affected the story of Skypiea, but as an individual, I despised him. Then we have Frankie, who is going to be another B tier. I do like Frankie. I think I'm actually going to make him A tier. I like Frankie quite a bit. He really is hilarious. Then we got Fujitora, who is an easy S tier character so far. Garp, really uninteresting, honestly. I'm giving him D tier. Then we got Ginn from very early on in the story. I liked his little redemption. We'll give him a C. Hiruden, pretty irrelevant. E tier. Hancock, C tier. B tier. She's not too bad. Then we got Hawkins. He is seeming to be much cooler now. I'm going to give him C tier. I originally would have given him D, but he seems to be making a little bit of a comeback in Wano for us here. Dr. Helaluk. Easy fucking P tier character. Didn't have too much time, but anytime he was on screen, he was of the highest quality. So I will put him up there. Then we have Hodie Jones, complete piece of shit. I hated Fishman Island. He's an F tier. F for Fishman. Idiot. Hogback, another shitty character. E tier. Then we have Iceberg. I actually liked him quite a bit, although he made some kind of pussy-ass decision, so I'll give him B. Okay, I don't recall letting this character through. I didn't want any of the Vinsmokes except for Reiju, so I'm not even going to put Ichiji on this list. I think he was not really weird. I mean, they're 3 clones. It was 3 of the same people, so fuck them. And okay, then now we get Mr. Ideo, and I am going to put him at the E tier because he's so uninteresting to me. He did basically nothing. What do we got here then? We got Inazuma. Really weird character, but I kind of liked him, so I'll give him C. Him or her. I really don't know what the original gender is on that one. We have Dog. Dog is super disappointing. I'm giving him an E. He hasn't done shit. He hasn't said anything interesting at any point of the story. He's one of the original. He's one of the 9 red scabbards, and we've known him longer than like half of them, and he still seems like one of the lamest of them all. Yeah, he's an E tier easily. Ivankov's pretty cool. I'll give Ivankov an A. I like him a lot, actually. Michael Jackson. He's alright, actually. I liked him. I liked him operating with Kuro. I will give him D. He's not that great, but I enjoyed him to an extent. He has his highs and his lows for sure. Jin Bae is a high-quality character. I'm going to give him an S. Jozu. He's weird. He's weird, and he's responsible for a serious plot issue in the story in the form of him getting affected by Dofi's parasite string. I really don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, to be honest. So, I'm going to give him a C? B? No, I'll do C. I really was unhappy with that. So, okie dokie. That leaves us next to go to Judge, who sucked. I thought he was completely wasted character. I'm giving him the F tier. We learned nothing about his motives that made any sense. He was an asshole just to be an asshole. So, whatever. Okay, moving on. We have Kaido, who again we have not seen too much from. I'm going to give him C. It's not the same situation as Big Mom where I'm just disappointed. No, I have no problems with Kaido so far. Just don't have enough to put him above certain characters on this list. So, I'm going to leave him in the C tier for now. So, okie dokie then. I need to scroll down a little bit just so I can actually see these characters. I'll readjust the screen there. It's just so big now with this new C tier. So, then we have Katakuri. Katakuri is actually a P. He really is one of the best characters in all One Piece, and he is perfectly written. He is flawless among the One Piece characters, so that's pretty cool. Kid is certainly making a comeback in Wano. That's exciting. I'm going to put him in the A tier for now. He might go down, I don't know, but he might even go up. He's been so good so far. So I'm super excited for him. Then we have Kennyman. Kennyman has been pretty disappointing. I've never really held any interest in him from the beginning. I'm going to put him at E tier. Then we have Kizaru. Kizaru is one of the funniest people. I love every time he's on screen. I'm putting him in the A tier. I love Kizaru. I want some more of it. Koala. Also putting her in the A tier. She's super cute. And she is the former slave Koala. Which doesn't really mean anything, I suppose. But for some reason, to me, it does. Kobe is pretty cool. Nothing amazing, but I'll put him at B for now. He'll probably end up being way cooler at the end of the story. Dr. Kureha was awesome. She is an easy A tier character. Aokiji, he's an S tier for sure. He's pretty similar to Fujitora. He might end up becoming a P, honestly, once we find out more about him, once we figure out what's going on with him. He seems like he has so much potential. I think he might end up being a P, but at this point, I'll give him the S. Kyros was He's pretty vanilla, right? I mean, I like how he had a little bit of redemption, so he's not really quite bad. I'll just put him in the C. Laboon was awesome. I love Laboon. I'm going to give him an A tier spot. Law is pretty good as well. I'll give him an S. Which might surprise some people, because people think I hate Law for some reason, which is really weird, because I've always stated that I enjoy Law quite a bit. I just think that he is super weak compared to what we originally thought after he got absolutely destroyed by Dofi. Okie dokie then. Moving on to Leo. Pretty uninteresting character. I will give him the D for now. Then we have Rob Lucci. Very good. I'll give him a B. He wasn't quite amazing, but he was pretty good, right? So I enjoyed him quite a bit. His arc, I mean, the thing is, he is a product of his arc to a large extent, right? He had the advantage of being part of, in my opinion, the final boss of the best arc in the series. So that does help him quite a bit. Luffy is an S tier character. I like Luffy quite a bit. So that's cool. He's not quite a P, I don't think. He has his flaws, for sure. But he's definitely up there. That's for sure. I'm not putting him below Law. I can promise you that. Who do we got next here? We have Magellan. He's a C character. I mean, he's pretty mediocre, right? He doesn't have anything amazingly special about him, but he has cool character design. He has cool devil fruit power. He doesn't piss me off particularly, so I'll put him at C, right in the middle. Then we have Marco. Marco, I thought would be a lot cooler at this point, but he hasn't really been, so I'm going to put him in B. I would like to put him in A, but he seems to kind of be falling off a little bit. So, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okie dokie then. Mihawk, again, I think he will be a lot cooler once we see more of what he's done with Zoro and whatnot, and once we see what happens with the 7 Warlords. But at this point, he's mediocre. I'll give him a C. Momo sucks. He's F tier. He just pisses me off every time he's on screen, and he doesn't really do anything for the story. At this point, I'm sure he's going to end up being super relevant. They might even make him, age 20 years out of nowhere just so he can become relevant in the story. But for now, he fucking sucks. Monet was kind of cool. I liked her. Kind of sad she died. She's a C, for sure. Morgan. Yeah, he's actually pretty good for me. I'll give him a B because of how amazing his calling Luffy an emperor was. I thought that was huge. I liked his big news thing every time anything happened in Whole Cake Island, so I liked him a good amount. Gecko Moria, I disliked him pretty much at all turns. I'll give him a D. Mr. One was alright. I'll give him a C. I mean, he definitely served his purpose. I respected him during his battle with Zoro, but he hasn't really, done anything huge in the story. Bon Clay was awesome. Bon Clay is an S tier character, honestly. I am a pretty big Bon Clay fan for sure, so he's going up there. Nami, another S tier character. Probably my second favorite Straw Hat after Zoro. So that's cool. Then we have Cat. I like Cat a lot more than Dog. Let me tell you, I'm giving him a B for now. That guy says some really cool shit, some really funny shit. He is so much unlike Dog. I'll definitely give him the B tier. He's everything that Dog should be. So he belongs in the B tier, I'd say. He's not amazing, but I like him a good amount. Then we have Otohime, and you might be surprised that she even made this list, but I enjoyed how she's the one ultra pacifist of the story. We needed at least one of those characters, and she filled the role pretty well, so I'll give her a B. I didn't really like her too much, but she is something we need in this story for sure. So I enjoyed her. Pedro was so overrated. He's just, whatever. He's fine. He didn't do anything too crazy. Once we got his backstory, he was a little bit better, but he was kind of not good before that. So I'll give him the C tier. Peckham's was just boring all the time. I'm giving him E. I never enjoyed him really at all. So here we go. Here's where things get interesting. Now we have Perona. Everyone loves her for some reason. I just don't. I'm giving her E tier. I don't know why everyone likes her so much. She was just annoying to me. Pika sucked. He's F tier. His one redeeming thing was that he had this ridiculous voice, which you could only even hear in the anime. So, okay. He was just way too cocky for no reason. He fought like a pussy. I understand that that was a good part of the story, but as a character, I just despised him. He sucked. He was super uninteresting. Pudding, I have mixed feelings about Pudding. I will put her C tier because she had her moments, but her personality was just all over the place, really. Like, I know a lot of the time that was intentional, but she just seemed to flip-flop way too much, way too quickly, so I can't give her better than a C, that's for sure. Raley is an S tier character. What? No. Rayleigh's an S tier character. I love me some. You know what? Honestly, no. He's actually a P tier character. That's what he is. He really is. As far as what he needs to be, that's where I'd put him. I wouldn't necessarily say that I for sure like him than all of the S tier characters more. But how perfectly written I think he is. He is a perfect character, in my opinion. So that's where he is for now. I can't wait to get more about him. I want to learn more about him and the Roger Pirates. I think we could get some very cool stuff about him. Rebecca is the most underrated character in the entire series. And that is not because she's good. She is a C character at best. However, everyone absolutely hated her for basically no reason. I mean, she made perfect sense. So, I didn't really like her. I was indifferent to her. But people were just so crazy against her. I didn't understand it. That's not affecting me putting her C. I think she's C. She's mediocre. But, you know, whatever. People were just acting crazy about her for no reason. Reiju was awesome. I'll give her a B. We haven't got enough to put her above that. But she was definitely the coolest of the Vinsmokes besides Sanji. Then we got King Riku. He was alright. I'll give him C. He was pretty similar to Rebecca. I mean, he filled his place in the story. Robin is a Straw Hat, of course, and one that has become severely less interesting post-time skip. She was probably my favorite Straw Hat up until, like, the end. I'd say probably up until the time skip, really. She was just the best. And then she has just become this weirdo, really. The only way I can describe her at this point is a weirdo. It seems like she's become a little bit better in Wano, but I'm not. My expectations are low for her. I don't even want to think that she could be better than she has presented herself so far. So for now, she will be B tier. She's still B tier, of course. But she's gotten so weird after the time skip, I can't possibly put her above that. Roger's a P. Absolute P. Got basically nothing from him, but every time he's been on screen, he has just been the GOAT. I mean, he's the GOAT. He's the reason that the series is even possible. Corazon is an F tier. He made an attempt to ruin Dofi's entire backstory, and his justification for betraying Dofi being that Dofi was always evil. He was born evil. Despite that Dofi's backstory basically goes to show that that is the exact opposite of true, and that anyone that was in Dofi's exact position could have ended up exactly like him. Yeah, Corazon's motives were a little sketchy, to say the least, and he sucked. I hated him at all times. Sabo I have really mixed feelings about Sabo. I used to think he was one of the best, but I've come to realize recently that he actually, I don't know. I mean, he definitely isn't well written at all. So I'm going to leave him at B tier for now. I really love seeing him on screen and stuff. He's like the big brother I never had, because I literally I don't have a big brother, or a brother for that matter. But yeah, he's a weird place in my heart for sure. Okay, then we have Sai. He was all right. I don't know. I'll give him D. He wasn't that great at all. He's like whatever. He was pretty whatever, if you ask me. I'm definitely gonna scroll back up and give this whole list a look at the end, and we're getting there for sure. I think we got to at least be like 75% of the way through. Okay, so then we have Akainu. He's pretty good. I'll give him a B. He's nothing over the top, and I think he's gonna end up being a lot better. For now, I'll give him a B. Sanji, another B. Seems fair to me. Which is also the same tier as Reiju. I do like him more than Reiju, but I wouldn't quite put him at A. He pisses me off a lot, honestly. Saul was awesome, but again, not too important in the story. Also a B tier. We're getting a lot in the B tier right now. Might have to make a third row for the B tier here. Okie dokie, Sengoku. He's a C. Don't really dislike him, but he didn't do anything amazing in the War of the Best when he had his opportunity to do so. So that's where I will put him. Senior Pink was fucking awesome. I'm putting him in the A tier. He was so good. He was so good. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll leave him there. Enjoyed his fight with Franky so much that I have to put him in the A tier. That is for sure. Man, I'm going to have to scroll up on my own screen now if I want to put anyone in the upper tiers. Sentomaru is really weird. I like his whole theme he's got going on because he's supposed to be a reference to this character from like Chinese mythology and whatnot. I want to see if that goes anywhere, but for now, we'll just have to see on that one. I don't really like him too. I really like his voice actor. That he's really funny, but yeah, no, he's nothing great so far. Shanks is an S tier character, especially with all the new information we have gotten regarding him. Not quite perfect at this point. He may end up being it, but he's definitely up there. So what do we got here? We got Shiryu. I don't even know why I left him on here. He doesn't really do anything. I'll leave him at D tier for now. Hopefully, he's probably gonna end up being really cool, but for now we haven't really gotten shit on him. Smoker. They've ruined Smoker. Oda has just drawn Smoker into this corner that he seems to not be able to get out of, and he sucks now. He started out with a really cool concept, and he's just gotten shittier and shittier. Hopefully he can have some kind of redemption there. Spandam, of course, sucked. He wasn't particularly well written, nor did I like him at all. So I mean, he wasn't poorly written. He just was whatever. Sugar. Finally, we got the point of the R tier, because she needed to be removed from this story. She was the biggest problem with Dressrosa by far. If it wasn't for her, it could have gone so much smoother. The whole concept of her fruit ruined everything, and it just really causes so many problems with how powerful her devil fruit really is. So she needed to be removed from the story entirely. Terrible. So terrible. Then we have Tashigi. Really underwhelming, just like Smoker. She seemed like she was going somewhere. The same way Smoker was with Luffy, she was with Zoro, and they haven't done jack. So maybe they'll come back. I don't know, but they've sucked so far. Then we got Tom. Pretty good character. I'm tempted to even put him in the A tier. I think I am going to. He is one of the great dads of One Piece. Didn't get too much from him, but he was so crucial in Franky's backstory, and that was during one of the best arcs in the series. So definitely I think needs to be A tier. Trouble was all right. Not great. He was D, but he played a really important part in Dressrosa, and he is kind of the behind the scenes of Dofi, right? He is one of the reasons that Dofi is the way he is today. So I can appreciate him. While I hated really hearing him at all, I'm not going to put him at E or F, because he was really important and he had a huge effect on Dofi's character. Suru is another D character because she hasn't done shit. She seems like she's this really important elder character among the cast, and she's a part of the world government and whatnot, and she seems like she's not a bad guy like a lot of the world government is, but she doesn't do anything. She's had this like rivalry with Dofi or whatever, but when she finally captures him and she gets the chance to drop some cool one-liners, she doesn't say shit. She just says, "Oh man, you lost. That's how it is. You lost. Okay. Sure. That was really amazing. I can't believe you said something so genius. I never thought about that. How Dofi lost. Wow." She's basically telling him not to be a sore loser. Wow. Okay. Lame. Could have been way cooler than that. Usopp, pretty good. I'll give him an A tier. I think he's on the better half of the Straw Hats for sure. Then we got Mr. Vergo here. He is B, honestly. I thought he was wasted potential. I was really disappointed that he was killed off so early. He was killed off in the same arc that he was introduced. I thought that was really sad. We got to see a little bit more of flashbacks for him with Dofi in Dressrosa, but I thought he should have lived a little bit longer. He had a lot of potential. Vivi, she was pretty good, actually. I was really disappointed that she did not end up becoming a Straw Hat. I'm going to give her A tier. I like her more than most of the Straw Hats. I really wish she would have stuck around. She was pretty good. We got Zeph here. Big Daddy Zeph, again, one of the great dads of One Piece. I'm going to give him A tier. He was awesome. He's really important in the story. And our final character here. Our final character. Oh, no, wait, no. There's actually one more. Okay. Not our final character. We have Dory. Let's put him right alongside his buddy in the C tier. Right? Technically, they're not alongside each other, and I can't put them alongside each other for whatever reason. But, yeah, we'll put them in there. And then lastly, and look at that. He's making me have to scroll down, too. Okie dokie. Our final character is Zoro, and gotta scroll back up. Zoro is, as you may have guessed, a P character. Yes, he is my favorite Straw Hat, and I think he is perfect. I don't think there are any problems with Zoro. Sure, there are characters that I enjoy more than him, but I think he is perfect for the One Piece story, and he's my favorite Straw Hat. So he does make it into the perfect category. So starting from the bottom here, we have, the relegation tier, which is it's just sugar. And then we're moving up to F, E, D, C, B, A, S. S had actually 2 rows with the addition of Shanks. And then the P tier with 6 characters. The P tier consisting of Dofi, Hiluluk, Katakuri, Raley, Roger, and Zoro. So that is my tier list. I will leave a link to it, I guess, if you guys want to be able to scroll up and down it as you please, because it really is so big and it's hard for me to get on one screen. So yeah, I will do that. This video is currently at like 37 minutes, so yes, I'm gonna end this pretty quickly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment letting me what you know, or what you think about this tier list. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna disagree with me. This is a list completely based on opinion, so maybe do the list yourself and link it in the comments. Link your guys's list. You can make this and then download it or whatever, and then link it to people. So do that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I didn't have a chess piece video today, but I had some weird scheduling issues. It will resume next Sunday and will likely continue until I'm out of chess pieces without any interruption. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day, a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you on Wednesday.